bread is it's so integral to our DNA, to our structure, bread is something that inherently causes cohesion, brings people together. When you do something in alignment with who you are and what you're passionate about, the universe, God, however you want to term that, will start to put things, create opportunities for you, start to open doors for you as you listen and seek those things. So that's been a large part of the journey. For me, it started at almost about a year ago, actually, just a little bit over at this point, and it came out of this desire to help and serve people, and not knowing how to do that, and at the same time always hearing kind of follow your passion, follow your bliss, and really thinking that sounded good, it felt good in my gut, like it felt right, but trying a bunch of different stuff and nothing ever sticking, and then kind of getting upset with myself, like, what the hell is my passion, what's my bliss, and why can't I find it, why is it so hard? As I put bread aside for about the last 5 years and then got back into it, it was almost kind of like a relearning process to get back into it. I was at Boots one Sunday afternoon. It was like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. I just got this strong impression to go walk by Madeline's. Craziest thing is I'd never been in Madeline's before, didn't know it, didn't really know anything about it, right? So go walking downtown, I go walking past, they're closed. And so I'm looking in the window, everything's dark, I can't really see anything. A couple of days go by and I'm downtown at Soulful Soups, getting some soup and talking to him about sourdough bread bowls. And as I go to leave there, it's around lunch, as I go to leave, I get this strong kind of gut impression, go back by Madeline's and listen to it. I go walking in, it's a Tuesday, right at the end of their lunch, and I just walked up to the counter and said, I'd like to bake bread here, who do I talk to? Glorious wouldn't be here if it weren't for that connection, for listening to that intuition, following that impulse. So we feed the starter every day, and that's just a mix of flour and water. You take a bunch of it out and you add some flour and water to it. And what happens is as you stir that together, kind of put it all back in its container, and I just close my eyes and I go inward and I see God's love coming down into the starter, visualizing the bread being this mechanism, this medium that pulls people together and pulls people back to the table, pulls people back into connection, pulls people back into communion and service with each other. This endeavor has been huge in terms of coming to identifying those places where I either have had lacking or very low self-love or self-worth, and those places where I could improve, and also too, just seeing those incremental shifts that I've made in terms of loving myself better or having a higher sense of self-worth in terms of what that translates in how I present out in the world and the effect I have upon the world. Stuff just kind of happens. You just have to be open to it. You have to get out of your own way. And if you're pushing the noodle, you're doing it wrong, right? So if you're pushing the noodle, you're efforting too much, you're doing it wrong. Back up, go inward, get quiet, get still, get peaceful, and things will happen.